you tell me when, like 5, 4, 3. Welcome to the 66th Annual Portsmouth Invitational Basketball Tournament held at the Churchland High School Sports Complex in Portsmouth, Virginia. Alongside of James Blackburn, I'm Wayne World Beato, and we will be bringing you the action today in the first quarterfinal game between the Cherry Bekaert-sponsored team and the Sales Systems-sponsored team. The PIT begins the path to the 2018 NBA Draft for the 64 premier college basketball seniors. The first real stop playing against other future professional basketball players.
We have lost 5 members who made very valuable contributions to the Portsmouth Invitational Tournament. The first was John Buck Campbell, who was a PIT director for over 20-some years. The second, Rudolph Freeman, 25 years with the PIT. Larry Hollowell, PIT clock operator for 39 years and never missed a game. Ben Moore, a local high school coach, a very successful local high school coach and a longtime PIT team coach. And Rashul Butler from LaSalle University, 2002 PIT all-tournament team and spent 14 years in the NBA. Thank you. And now please remain standing and remove all hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Sorry for the interruption, but we had a moment of silence for 5 contributors to the PIT over the years that have passed away in the last year. And then the national anthem.
Johnny Hamilton.
So now we've got the starters for Cherry Bekaert, and that's number 20,
from VCU,
25, Johnny Hamilton. Justin Tillman is going to start.
Cincinnati, number 14, Kyle Washington.
Kyle Washington from Cincinnati is another starter for Cherry Bekaert.
6 forward from Davidson, number 15, Peyton Aldridge.
Peyton Aldridge, a 6'8" forward from Davidson, is in the starting lineup.
A 6'5" guard from Virginia Tech, number 2,
Justin Bibbs from Virginia Tech, a 6'5" guard.
6'3"
rounds up
from Creighton, number 12, Marcus Foster.
And Marcus Foster from Creighton rounds out the starting lineup for Cherry Bekaert.
6'2" guard from Florida Gulf Coast University, number 4, Brandon Goodwin.
Then also on that team is Brandon Goodwin from Florida Gulf Coast, 6'2".
guard from Baylor, number 10, Manu
and from
Lecomte.
Baylor, Manu Lecomte, 5'11" guard.
Holland, Roland Ross, and from
and
the
Cherry
NBA,
Bekaert is coached by Mike
Adrienne
Holland, Roland
Goodson.
Ross, and the NBA assistant
And
is
now
Adrienne
introducing
Goodson.
The home team on the scoreboard,
The
Sales System.
The home team is Sales System.
A 6'11" center from St. Mary's, number 22.
The first starter
Jock
is
Landale.
Jock Landale, 6'11" from St. Mary's,
6'7" forward
consensus
from
second-team
Western Kentucky,
All-American.
number 11, Justin Johnson.
Justin Johnson, 6'7" forward from Western Kentucky.
6'7" forward from UVA, number 14,
University
Isaiah
of Virginia
Wilkins.
product, local product. Isaiah Wilkins, 6'7" forward, who was the
6'7"
ACC
forward from Butler, number 15,
Defensive
Kelan
Player of the
Martin.
Year. Kelan Martin from Butler, 6'7" forward.
6'6" guard from Oklahoma State, number
And then
12,
we have
Jeffrey
6'6"
Carroll.
Jeffrey Carroll from Oklahoma State, 6'6" guard.
The 6'3" guard from Arkansas, number 10, Jaylen Barford.
Jaylen Barford from Arkansas, 6'3" guard.
The 6'3" guard from Fairfield,
And
number
then from
3,
Fairfield
Tyler
University,
Nelson.
the Stags, Tyler Nelson, 6'3".
And a 6'1" guard from USC.
And the
number
last
5,
member
Jordan
of the
McLaughlin.
8-man squad from Sales System is Jordan McLaughlin,
Sales Systems is coached by Kenneth
6'1"
Kenneth Sparks,
from USC.
And from the NBA,
James,
Ben Uzoh.
what are you looking at here? Jock Landale is
The officials
probably
for our first
one of
game
the
tonight.
few
Dwayne
players
Gladden,
ever
Bill
to
Covington
play
Jr.,
in
and
the
Garrett
Portsmouth
Shannon.
Invitational. It's a consensus All-American. He's a second-team All-American. We've had Rick Barry, John Lucas, and a few others, but he is the star of the show tonight.
No, he really is, Wayne. And the guy, I mean, you're talking about a 6'11", 255-pound guy. I saw him this morning in the combine test. He moves really well. Averaged over 20 points a game, over 10 boards with a double-double and a block while shooting 64% from the field. You know, he carried St. Mary's all the way to the WCC championship game this year, and
Right.
they lost that one, but they lost it to a good team in Gonzaga. So that's going to be somebody to definitely watch, this one.
Jump ball, Kyle Washington from Cincinnati and Jock Landale, and it was controlled by Cherry Bekaert.
There's Kyle Washington with the first shot. That's a big man from Cincinnati. He's kind of an undersized 4. He's more of an athletic guy that can put it on the floor, so we'll see if he tries to show his range this week.
Rebound by Kelan Martin. Tyler Nelson goes to the rim, scores.
A
Great.
basket by Fairfield's Tyler Nelson.
You know, it's going to be interesting this game, Wayne, watching the big man battle right now. We've got some, with Isaiah Wilkins, Defensive Player of the Year for Virginia, going up against Peyton Aldridge at Davidson. And Aldridge is a guy that could really score the ball. So Aldridge is your big man in the dark blue jersey. You'll see him number 15 there. So
that was a dribble drive penetration shot by Justin Bibbs from Virginia Tech that missed. Jock Landale on the low post, spins, double teamed, pass out.
And he had the mismatch there, Wayne, with the mouse in the house.
Kelan Martin driving, missed a floater.
And there's Peyton with the big rebound. He's being defended now by Wilkins, so that's the key matchup, I would say, this game.
Manu Lecomte.
Manu Lecomte from Baylor.
Kelan Martin.
And expect a very fast-paced game here, Wayne. Not a lot of calls, as me and you both know from watching Portsmouth for a lot of years.
Jordan McLaughlin on the drive. It missed a layup. We got 3 good referees tonight. Garrick Shannon, Dwayne Gladden, and Bill Covington Jr., all experienced officials.
And there's Kyle Washington with a nice turnaround. That's his bread and butter right there, Wayne. Down the low block. You know, he will attempt a few threes, but Kyle Washington's a guy that's really big-time athlete. Was able to see him a number of times this year with Cincinnati. So, actually an NC State transfer.
Exactly.
Wayne. So
Isaiah Wilkins in the paint for 2.
And you know what's going to be interesting with him is to see what else he could do outside of what he did at Virginia. He was a defensive player there, but I think he could really score the ball a little bit more than he showed this year.
Exactly. Long shot by Justin Bibbs from the corner. Virginia Tech missed.
And right there is a good example of the no call, Wayne. You know, they let him play here at this tournament, which is great. They don't really call line whistles. That was our first whistle. Normally in a college game, we might have already gotten 3 or 4. So
we're 2.5 minutes into the game, James.
Exactly.
Jordan McLaughlin going to the free throw line for 2.
And Jordan McLaughlin
from USC.
He was super fast this morning. I believe he averages more assists than anybody here in the field with 7.8 assists a game, which he's a guy that you really love to have at these events because you've got scorers on these teams. I mean, guys that can light it up. You need somebody to get other people involved. So I know the committee loves to put guys like McLaughlin on on the teams to get people involved.
McLaughlin can also score. He's averaged 12.8 points this year and 12.9 for his career at Southern Cal. 2 free throws there.
Pretty good numbers for out there in the Pac-12.
Exactly. 6-4 Cherry Bekaert on top. Marcus Foster over to Justin Bibbs. Kyle Washington. Lecomte.
You know, it was a little deep. You know, these guys are having to adjust in the NBA three-point line this event.
Correct.
Nice
Landale
pass.
working one-on-one against Aldridge.
It's a great shot, though.
Great shot.
Good defense by Aldridge to keep him out.
Marcus Foster to the rim.
Ooh.
Rolls off the rim.
Little out
Isaiah
of control.
Wilkins gets the rebound from Virginia.
He's going to get a lot of those.
Yes, he will.
Again,
Tyler Nelson, long three-point shot. And just as you mentioned, James, we've got the NBA three-point line here, which is considerably further than the NBA or the FIBA, the NCAA or the FIBA line. And we'll talk about that tonight as well.
And we're also using an NBA ball, which I know we had talked about earlier, Wayne. So this is definitely different ground from what these guys are used to.
Absolutely. The NBA is the only league in the world that uses a leather ball still. Everybody else uses a composite ball, including FIBA and everybody in Europe.
Great pass there.
Good pass. Tyler Nelson for three.
And he averaged 22 points a game this year and shot 35% from deep. So he's going to be putting them up there.
Check that. That was a 2-foot on the line.
Good defense.
Shot by Marcus Foster. Rebound by Kelan Martin. Nelson had to save it. Brandon Goodwin going to the rim. Couldn't get it to drop in traffic.
There's Wilkins showing the handle in transition. Got the hockey assist there.
Absolutely. You get 2 assist players in hockey and basketball. Of course, you only get 1. Tyler Nelson with the long 3. So it is now 11-4 with a timeout by Cherry Bekaert.
Yeah, and this is, we've got some up and down action. The scoring's pretty spread out right now for Sales Systems. Early on, Nelson's got 4 on 4 shots, but we were telling you earlier, Peyton Aldridge and Isaiah Wilkins was going to be that key matchup. Right now, both of them were getting involved a little bit. Wilkins showing more than what he could do at UVA. Like we said, he was mainly a defensive player, but super smart guy, high IQ, somebody that I think could earn a 2-way contract, Wayne, in the NBA. If not, his game's really built for Europe. We've got Tyler Nelson from Fairfield, who averaged 22.2 points a game this year for the Stags. Has a few points already. He shot a 3, missed that, but he's made a couple baskets, and he looks like he's going to be a factor in this game tonight. Well, he's got 7 points, Wayne. I misspoke. It said 4. Our system with our stats is probably a little delayed, but we're going to get you caught up to speed there that are listening as fast as we can. So, because we've got a few scores on Sales Systems team. Kelan Martin averages 21.2 at Butler this past season. Yeah, no, he could really play himself. Cherry Bekaert, Johnny Hamilton, a replacement player in the last day or 2. Yeah, that was for Thomas Welsh, 7-footer out of UCLA, and that was Hamilton's first shot of the night. Oh, good, and that's what Hamilton, he affected that shot right there by Landale. I know they called the foul, but I was able to see Hamilton play this year at Coastal Carolina when Arlington came to visit. Right, he's a raw big, but he can run the floor. He's super athletic. He's got really long arms, and he can block shots. So be looking for him to try to outrun the other big, Wayne, and get some easy points in the post. But he does have a right hook, which he just displayed right there, just was a little off the mark with it. Exactly. He's very raw. Landale with another free throw. 2 free throws for Landale. 13-4. First points of the night, but he's been involved here. He has been involved. A 9-point lead for the Sales Systems. There's a little pass. It looks like, Johnny Hamilton got fouled by Tyler Nelson. And, this is something to see, Wayne, early. Two things I really want to look at is pick-and-roll defense for both teams. How are they going to control the pick-and-roll? These guys haven't played together. They didn't have practices, so it's like how they could contain that. Or they could hard show, or they could trap, or they could, down pick and rolls. I've seen it a lot in the past. They've tried to down pick and rolls, or ice, as NBA calls it. So that's something to keep an eye on for both teams, and really all the teams here.
Because when they play at the next level, whether it be in the NBA, the G League, or in the FIBA Euro League, you're going to see pick and rolls every game. I mean,
multiple pick and rolls every possession. I mean,
Absolutely.
So we'll see.
Hamilton out of Texas Arlington averages 11.1 points a game.
That was a pretty good-looking free throw right there. And
Garrick Shannon makes a traveling call in the backcourt.
And Wayne, you're a FIBA referee yourself, so I know you can keep us up to speed on the calls.
Absolutely. Had to call that because he was guarded at the time. Brandon Goodwin for 2.
And he could fill it up, almost 19 points a game with close to 5 assists. And I love the body control there, being able to take the contact and finish with the contact off the glass.
Joe Dooley, the ex-head coach at Florida Coast, did a good job with him. Jeffrey Carroll from Oklahoma State with 2.
And he's got a shot that's very
Actually, that was a 3.
Jeffrey Carroll.
I thought he had his foot on the line, and it was back.
He can really shoot it. He's got a shot that's very close to Klay Thompson-like.
Right.
High, quick release, get some good elevation on a shot. So that's what he could do. Watch out for Jaylen Carroll, or Jeffrey Carroll, I should say. Shot 32% from deep, but is a better shooter than that.
Scott Sutton, ex-coach of Oral Roberts University, is now an assistant at Oklahoma State, and he is the shot doctor, and he's been helping and coaching Jeffrey Carroll this season. There's Johnny Hamilton on a little bit of a jump hook from about 8 feet that missed.
A little bit too far away.
Right.
He didn't really have the strength against Landale. Landale's been doing a good job of keeping him outside the paint. And, I would have liked to see Johnny take a few more dribbles there, be a little bit more patient. He's put up some quick shots here, but he's definitely getting involved when they're throwing it to the big fella, though.
They are. Johnny again played at Texas Arlington in the Sun Belt. They were preseason Sun Belt favorites.
They did. They had another really good player, Kevin Harvey, that's not here, but big time player.
Yes.
Oh, nice pass there to Washington.
Washington shot, rattles around the rim. Brandon Goodwin with the rebound, lost it. Almost got it back. Jock Landale came up with it. Up to Tyler Nelson for another three-point shot.
He's putting them up.
He is putting them up.
And they're battling. That's Washington. That's what he'll do. He's a high-energy guy. Getting another rebound. So
long shot by Baylor's Lecomte.
Three-point field goal for Manu Lecomte.
We really liked watching him this morning. He could play. He's really quick. So we've got a high-scoring game here, Wayne.
We do. 16-10. Sales System leads Cherry Bekaert.
And what's interesting, Wayne, is we play a lot of NBA rules. NBA, they'll do a lot of different things with the NBA.
Right.
But we actually play 2 halves.
Correct.
Instead of 4 quarters, which is kind of interesting how that goes. But
the NCAA is the only recognized basketball league in the world that plays halves. Everybody else plays quarters.
Yeah. As we see, who is that? That was Foster that tried to get the mouse in the house. He had the smaller defender on him.
Right.
And I believe that was – no, I'm sorry, that was
Carroll.
Carroll that
Jeffrey
had Goodwin.
Carroll.
He had Goodwin on his back. So, some of these guys are going to try to post up smaller guards.
Sales Systems number 14, Isaiah Wilkins, his first team.
Lecomte out front.
Give it to him. Justin Tillman's down there with the mismatch. They got it to him.
Justin
He's
Tillman
finished
inside.
it.
Finished for 2.
And Tillman is another guy, Wayne, out of VCU. Big-time athlete, high-energy guy, a little undersized for the 4, but he can really go.
Justin Johnson for the 3, got pushed.
We talked about Justin Johnson this morning, Wayne, but he's out of Western Kentucky Conference USA. Has played a lot of minutes there. Big body guy, really physical, not quite the athlete that Washington and Tillman is, but the guy can really score it around the rim, has a nice 15-foot shot, and he's got some good post moves. I've seen him quite a few times in that conference when they've come to UNC Charlotte.
Average 15.7 this year for the Hilltoppers. and got to New York for the NIT semifinals.
Yeah, and he shot 41% from three this year, Wayne, and that's something he's made improvements in during his 4 years is his range on his shot.
Lecomte to the rim, missed it. Sales Systems comes back. Jaylen Barford missed the shot. Loose ball. Justin Tillman comes up with it. You mentioned he was a tremendous athlete.
But
comes up with a loose ball.
He got it to Goodwin there. But right now,
that basket by Cherry Bekaert.
Cherry Bekaert has some guys that are big-time athletes and that are high-energy guys in Washington and Tillman, and right now they're getting out-scrapped on that end. So they need to pick it up a little bit on the defensive side.
Kyle Washington fouled on a 10-foot jumper.
And Washington, like I said, that's his wheelhouse. He's got to get his right hand a little bit together, though. That's twice, Wayne, that he's gone over his left shoulder and he's used his left hand. He lacks that right hand hook a little bit. He is left-handed.
Exactly.
Yeah. But if he could get that right hand over his left shoulder, just a little hook, that will help him out a little bit more.
He was a transfer from NC State, played at NC State for 2 years, averaged 5.5 points a game at NC State. Prep school was Brewster Academy in New Hampshire from Champlain, Minnesota.
No, definitely, and I saw him last year against ECU. I actually saw him over the summer at the Under Armour All-American Camp in Charlotte, and he was great there in first session. He was actually really, really vocal, and he energized his team. So that's what he needs to bring here, high energy, being vocal, showing his athleticism, and dominating in the paint.
Cherry Bekaert with those free throws has tied the score at 16 with 11:59 to go in the first half. Kyle Washington is a good field goal shooter, averaging 50.5% from the field this year at Cincinnati as a senior.
He just can't settle. There's Wilkins right there showing that 15-foot jump shot, which he showed a little this year at Virginia, but he could do that. I see him as a sleeper in this tournament, Wayne, that he could possibly make all tournament.
Well, he was ACC Defensive Player of the Year.
And there he forced a tough shot by Peyton.
Peyton Aldridge from Davidson missed the shot.
Oh, nice kick by Butler. That's Martin out Butler. Oh,
Kelan
Martin showing the ability to put it on the floor, kick out, and then getting it back and splashing home the three.
Again, Martin played at Butler University in Indianapolis this year. Peyton Aldridge backing him down. Justin Tillman.
Nice floater there. That's good touch by the big man.
VCU's Justin Tillman.
And right now, the matchup that we're looking at, Isaiah Wilkins and Peyton Aldridge, Wilkins is holding him in check, which you would expect when he was Defensive Player of the Year in the ACC for a reason.
Absolutely. Jaylen Barford missed a three from up top.
And Tillman right now, I love how he's playing. He's playing hard. He's getting down. He ran the floor rim to rim and posted his guy up, and that allowed Goodwin to roam free right there.
Absolutely. Justin Bibbs with two right there.
I'm sorry, that was Bibbs.
Justin Bibbs from Virginia Tech.
Another ACC guy here. Oh, wow, tough shot. Oh, he bailed him out a little bit there.
Jaylen Barford fouled on the baseline jumper.
Cherry Bekaert's number 12.
Bill Covington Jr. saw that.
He crowded him a little bit under his space. And they're starting to call that more, Wayne. They're protecting the jump shooters a lot nowadays.
Right.
Especially these guys that get high elevation on their shots.
Absolutely.
If you get underneath them a little bit, they're calling that. So
that's a point of emphasis this year in the NCAA officiating clinics. Jaylen Barford made the first.
Put up 18 a game this year at Arkansas, so he can really fill it up.
Missed on the second. Rebound by Marcus Foster.
He lost out of control there. Nice pass up ahead by Johnson.
Jaylen Barford for two.
Jaylen Barford.
And Tyler Gatlin, who's going to be on the program next game, Wayne, actually said that Barford is his sleeper pick to be MVP of this event. So keep an eye on him.
Played at Motlow State for 1 year, and he was a first-team NJCAA All-American. Actually, 2 years at Motlow State before transferring to Arkansas.
Boom, and there he is
Jaylen Barford again for three.
Wow, that one was deep. He's getting hot right here.
He's got three-point range, James. He's got NBA three-point range.
He does. He shot 43% this year from deep.
Brandon Goodwin on a penetrating drive, 10 foot.
Tough shot.
Very tough shot.
Nice pass. There's Aldridge. That's getting him going right there. That's
nice
his first basket.
Nice pass from Foster to Peyton Aldridge from Davidson.
That's his first make. I believe that's his third shot. So.
Okay. 2 points for Peyton Aldridge.
Martin with the smooth stroke.
Kelan Martin for 3.
That's his second one this game.
Kelan Martin.
Oh, you got to get back. They didn't communicate there at all.
Basket by Creighton's Marcus Foster.
Marcus Foster for 2. Jordan McLaughlin, dribble drive penetration and scores.
You know, these guys, Wayne, are filling it up a lot more than what I remember at Portsmouth. This is me and your 7th Portsmouth that we've been to together.
That is correct.
And I don't remember our first game being this high scoring in the past.
This is a high scoring game for sure.
I mean, nobody's getting a stop. There's
Justin Tillman turnaround jump shot missed.
Oh, way to run the floor, Johnson.
Nice pass to Justin Johnson, rejected. Jordan McLaughlin for 3 and missed that. Marcus Foster to the rim, rolls off.
Little
Jaylen
Barford,
right now. Absolutely. Jaylen Barford, who has been hot, might have traveled there. Kick out to Jordan McLaughlin, missed a 3-point shot.
Going through a little drought. I think these guys, you know, everybody's playing so fast right now. A little bit too fast for both teams. A little bit quick shots. We haven't really seen the ball movement as much. So.
Justin Tillman turnaround jumper just missed. Jaylen Barford from Arkansas and Butler State Community College, another 3. We have a timeout by Cherry Bekaert now.
And he is lighting it up.
Timeout sales systems.
Oh, and right now, Wayne, we want to talk a little bit about Netcast Sports. Make sure, if you're watching, make sure to follow them on Twitter. Okay, it's up on your screen right now.
Okay.
Follow Netcast Sports. We're going to have updates all week, game times. Me and you, Wayne, are going to be on the air multiple more times, multiple more games. You'll see updates with scores, stats, and just seeing what we have going on. So we've got another game tonight. This is our first of 2. 9 o'clock is our second game. And then tomorrow morning, me and Tyler Gatlin will be on the air, I believe at 9 a.m. for our second session of our combine testing. So.
And then at 3:15 tomorrow afternoon, James, we have the first consolation game, which will be the loser of this game and the loser of our second game tonight. And then at 7 o'clock, we have our third quarterfinal game. 9 o'clock, our fourth quarterfinal game. And then we head to Friday for a consolation game at 3:15. Semifinals at 7 and 9. And then 7th place game, 11 a.m. on Saturday. The 5th place game at 1 p.m. 5 o'clock is the third place game, and 7 o'clock is the championship game. So we're looking forward to some great action here, James. This is a loaded field. We've been here, as you noted, we've been here 7 times now. This is a really loaded field.
It is, and if you don't remember everything Wayne just told you, make sure to follow Netcast Sports on Twitter.
NetcastSports.com.
And tune in to our great broadcast so you can hear me and Wayne Otto talk in between runs to the media room.
Absolutely.
Or the hospitality room.
Hospitality room, absolutely.
Which is always great every year.
It is tremendous.
Lecomte
from Baylor into
Hamilton, and he struggled. It looks like, he's going to keep the ball. But they're feeding the big man early.
They are giving both big guys, Landale and Hamilton, the ball, and they're giving Aldridge the ball. They're giving Wilkins the ball. So we are seeing some play inside, which is good in an all-star setting like this.
And right on cue, they get the ball to Washington, who's been really active in that mid-post area. You know, he shot a 3, Wayne, first possession, and he's gotten better at that. But really what he does is he scores around the rim. You know, he's really active down there. He can score it, but
he's a good shooter from inside around the rim. He shot 50.5% for this season and 48.8% for his career at NC State and Cincinnati. Makes the first free throw.
You know who he reminds me of, Wayne, is he reminds me of Devin Thomas from Wake Forest, who was actually at this tournament several years ago. Similar to him, he's a little more skilled, but very scrappy, kind of does several different things on defensive end. His shot's a little bit of a slingshot. I'd like to see him bring that down maybe just a little bit, maybe make it a little bit more consistent. So.
With that free throw, Sales Systems lead is only 6. Cherry Bekaert cut it to 35-29. Landale going to the rim is fouled, going to the free throw line.
And that was impressive, Wayne. A 6'11", 255-pound guy just pump faked Hamilton and drove it by putting it on the floor with his weak hand, mind you,
right,
and attacking the basket, drawing the foul, and where he's a 75% free throw shooter. So for a big guy, he's making them count.
Absolutely. Averaged 21.1 for the Gales at St. Mary's this season. Consensus second-team All-American.
And what I love, Wayne, like you said, is the big guys, getting the big guys the ball. Like my boy Shaquille O'Neal says, if you want the dog to protect the house, you got to feed the dog, Wayne.
Got to feed the dog. That's exactly right. Shaq is completely right on that. Lecomte to Hamilton up top.
Nice pass. There he is.
Going
Washington.
Inside to Kyle Washington, left-hander.
Look at Cherry Bekaert right now, Wayne. They've got three guys with Washington, Justin Tillman, and Johnny Hamilton. Three bigs right now, and none of them really shoot threes.
Exactly.
So this is the opposite of small ball, guys.
Jordan McLaughlin from Sales Systems missed that three, out of bounds to Cherry Bekaert.
So keep an eye on Cherry Bekaert's spacing right now, Wayne, as we've got Hamilton on the left block. Looks like they're going to pop Washington, and there's Washington.
Kyle Washington
there he
for
is.
three.
Boom.
Got him a three. Got a three-point basket.
And he shot 35% from three this year, okay? And that's an improvement what he did in the past. But he's 1 for 2 right now from three for this game.
Jeffrey Carroll with a miss.
Now they're looking to push it. There's
Marcus Foster to Justin Tillman.
No, he did get it tipped. Yep, but Tillman right now trying to show his range. You know what we're seeing, Wayne? We're seeing a lot of four men that are really inside, undersized fours a little bit. They're scrappy and athletes. They're trying to show that they can shoot the three for the NBA level.
And he's a 55.7% field goal shooter this year at VCU.
33 from three, so. But they're collecting all the rebounds right now.
Yes, they are. Kelan Martin on a miss.
Little hard. Way to corral it.
Pass inside to Justin Tillman.
Look at Landale, the biggest guy on the floor, starting the break.
Tyler Nelson for another three-point attempt that's just off.
And another rebound for Cherry Bekaert, which right now with the rebounders they have in, you would expect them to grab every rebound on both ends, really.
Even though Landale's in for Sales Systems, and he's a tremendous rebounder, he's a big load.
He is, but right now he's gone up against three loads. So
that's true. Marcus Foster missed a three.
Nice pass.
Nice kick from McLaughlin to Tyler Nelson.
There's Butler battling. Got a rare offensive rebound.
Kelan Martin missed an inside shot. Tyler Nelson from Fairfield is not shy. I think he's shot more shots than anybody in the game so far.
No, he really has. You know what's interesting right there, though? He did it space out all the way to NBA three. And that's something to keep an eye on. These guys are used to going to certain spots, but he actually shot a long two.
Carroll dribble drive penetration from the wing, scored and is fouled. Going to the line for Sales Systems for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Jeffrey Carroll
foul is charged.
Got a quick 5 points.
From Roland, Texas, and went to Roland High School.
Number 14.
In Roland, Texas.
You mentioned the shot selection or the shot chart, Wayne, with Nelson. He's got 9 shots this game.
He is not scared to shoot the ball, and he has NBA range, or at least he thinks that right now.
Well, he put up over 22 points a game this year. So that's one of the other things to keep an eye on this game, or really all the games, is these guys are used to being the man, most of these guys, Wayne, and you get seeing how they translate with each other. Marcus
Foster on a dribble drive penetration dunk.
Marcus Foster out of Creighton.
That was just about an SLD, Wayne. A Shaq-like dunk.
That was close. He transferred after 2 years at Kansas State to Creighton from Wichita Falls, Texas.
Nice
Jordan
pass.
McLaughlin, nice pass to Jock Landale.
Good-looking shot there, though. Showing his range a little bit, even though it was off the mark. Tad.
Now, Jock Landale is from Australia, of course, and he plays FIBA basketball down there, which has not quite this long a distance for the three-point goal, but between the NCAA line and the NBA line. So he can shoot from out that way, but added another foot does make it a little bit tougher.
It definitely does. These guys just aren't. A lot of them, unless they've been working out on that, aren't used to it. There's Tillman. He ran into a brick wall right there with Justin Johnson. He is a load. That's what he does, though. He is powerful, and there he is getting the deep post position. Oh, he almost got the and one. But that's what, I haven't seen Johnson put up he hasn't put up any threes this game, which I like. He understands, Wayne, what he is and why he is here, okay? And that's what these guys have to understand. What got you here? What do you do good at? What are you good at? And that's what these scouts want to see. This is not the time to be showing new stuff.
Justin Johnson averaged 9.4 rebounds a game this year at Western Kentucky and 6.6 for his career. And he got to led Western Kentucky to the finals of the Conference USA tournament and lost to Marshall in overtime.
And you know what I wrote down when I saw him this year is I said his game would translate well to the Portsmouth level, and it has so far.
It has so far. You're exactly right, James.
Because of how physical he is, and they let these guys go. Marin showing the pick and roll a little bit. Wow.
Nice pass to Justin Johnson inside, left-handed dunker.
I love the pump fake, an underrated part of his game. And really, a lost art in today's game is the pump fake. And he's going to do it. That's the third time this game he's already shown one. There he's trying to guard the quicker man on the perimeter. Showed quick hands,
Lecomte
got the steal.
Did get the steal. Johnson showing his dribbling skills, bringing the ball up the floor, shooting a long three.
That's not his game.
Probably, you're right. That's what I was just going to say. That's not his game. He's not a long three-point shooter.
He has improved that skill, but in that case, he's been dominated down low, and I think he just showed a little indecisiveness there. Nobody really came up, set him a screen, or came and got the ball, so he launched it.
Cherry Bekaert only down 4, 42-38 with the ball.
And this
Brandon Goodwin.
And this game has slowed down a little bit. These guys have gotten a little tired. You see that in all games.
Well, yesterday was a travel day for most of these guys. A couple guys came in today, so they don't have a lot of rest time for this game. Peyton Aldridge with a little right-hand hook missed.
Man, that's the second time they've gotten Johnny Hamilton up in the air. I know he's a shot blocker, Wayne, but you're not going to get any blocked shots out there on the three-point line. You got to stay down, big fella.
Absolutely. Kelan Martin going to the rim.
And I love Martin's game. He's a guy, I saw him play multiple times last year, actually in Vegas, Wayne, one of your spots. But really strong body, creates contact, can get to the free throw line. He just showed that there. Can score on the perimeter, off the bounce, has a good handle for his size. He can shoot the three-point shot better than what he did 2 years ago. And he's a three-man that's a legit pro prospect.
Exactly. He comes from a program that stresses fundamentals, which is Butler. He was first-team All-Big East this year, two-time second-team All-Big East as a sophomore and a junior. Played at legendary high school in Louisville, Ballard High School. A lot of ex-NBA players have come out of Ballard High School.
There's Wilkins.
Justin Bibbs, left-handed from Virginia Tech.
Bibbs a little quicker than Wilkins right there, so Wilkins needs to get a little lower in defensive stance to stay in front of Bibbs, who's a quicker guard.
Bibbs, they list him at 6'5", probably 6'4", maybe. Might be a little bit of a stretch. Nice pass.
Nice pass.
To Jeffrey Carroll from Oklahoma State, fouled at the rim.
And Justin Tillman said, "No soup for you today, Wayne. No soup for you."
No soup for you.
They called the foul. I did not like that call. But,
11,
Jeffrey Carroll going to shoot two.
Carroll asked for bread, and Tillman said, "No soup for you."
But Tillman did foul him, so Jeffrey Carroll at the free throw line shooting two, makes the first one. Sales Systems up 44-40 with 1:57 to go in the first half.
And Carroll's done a nice job of getting to the line this game. We saw him put up a couple of threes early, only shot 32% from distance, but put up 15 points a game. And in that conference, that's not easy.
No, it's not. Carroll makes the second, stretches the lead 45-40.
Oh, great first step. Little hesitation right there from the guard. And Aldridge has just struggled to get into it this game, get into a flow, had the early 15-footer early.
Jaylen Barford from Arkansas with another long three-point field goal.
That's his fourth three this game, Wayne. And I got to be honest, I don't like the shot selection, but, man, he's putting them in.
That was not only an NBA shot, that was whatever the next stratosphere after that. Long pass down to Sales Systems. Wow. Isaiah Wilkins for 2.
Nice pass up ahead, too, by Justin Johnson. Oh, right there with the good defense. Said no soup for you to Justin Tillman.
Justin Tillman, another no soup for you.
Johnson with another nice pass. He's been everywhere today. Oh, wow. We got a little, oh, man. Somebody fell down there on the baseline. I'm glad I'm up here.
Absolutely. 3-point goal by Marcus Foster.
3-point field goal.
He's quietly had a good game. It's quietly just because we've had so much scoring.
Right.
I do not remember, again, Wayne, we've been here at this tournament for 7 years. I don't remember any game scoring 50 points and a half, and we've still got 44 seconds or 49 seconds to play. So lots of scoring, lots of up and down action. We've got 2 guys so far in double figures, Wayne, 1 for each team. Kyle Washington already with 11 for Cherry Bekaert, and who's that? Jaylen Barford from Arkansas. We just alluded to him with 4 threes with 12 points, and he's also got 4 rebounds to go along with that. So,
Sales Systems timeout.
Both teams, Wayne, are even on the boards, 29 apiece. So, even though Sales Systems is a little undersized, I'd say, at certain times this game. They haven't shown it so far on the boards, putting up 29.
Of course, there's been a lot of shots, and a lot have gone in, but there's a lot of misses also, so that equates to 29 rebounds per team at this point.
It is.
But there's been some good rebounding action because we've got some good rebounders in this tournament.
We do, and in this game, I'd say some of the best rebounders are Isaiah Wilkins, Justin Johnson, Landale, of course, with over 10 boards a game. Tillman with 10 boards a game. Washington or Aldridge is a little better than his 7.6 at Davidson.
Right.
And then, of course, we forget about Marin as well with over 6 a game. So.
Absolutely. Sales Systems with 47 seconds to go in the first half, up by 7, 50-43 into the front court.
I like that. They trapped out of the timeout, but you left the wrong guy open.
Jaylen
They got
Barford
lucky there.
They did. Barford misses a long 3.
Oh, that's a tough shot. Fall away.
Tough shot by Marcus Foster. Fall away.
A little tough there. I mean, I don't know. I guess he was going for the 2-for-1. But you would have liked to see something better than that.
Absolutely. Barford up top dribbling. 10 seconds on the shot clock. I don't think we've been under 10 very often. Justin Johnson, Western Kentucky, misses a long 3. And like you said, that's really not his game. 3 seconds to go. Long 3 by Marcus Foster.
I think they could count it. Yeah, Aldridge gets the tip in at the buzzer. He needed that one to give him 4 points at the half.
Half ends. Sales Systems 50. Cherry Bekaert 45. We'll be back.
Everybody's talking about Portsmouth.
Everybody's talking about Portsmouth. That's what happens when you're an urban core of Hampton Roads, the gateway to America's heartland. Portsmouth sits center stage in a region comprised of 17 municipalities. Situated on one of the deepest natural harbors on the Intracoastal Waterway, you can access Portsmouth via an improved infrastructure connecting our roads, tunnels, railways, waterways, and people. Everybody's talking about Portsmouth, from our historic seaport and waterfront to our wildlife preserves. Portsmouth sets the standard for the conservation of these natural habitats. Everybody's talking about the increase of maritime-related service companies that located here last year, a direct result of the expansion of Virginia's ports and the economic growth in Portsmouth and the state. We've got so much to talk about. The Portsmouth Marine Terminal transports nearly 200,000 containers annually. Calmar USA, Inc., a cargo handling solutions business, is expanding its footprint in Portsmouth, bringing new jobs and diversifying the commercial mix in the Midtown Business District. Business is booming in Portsmouth. Everybody's talking about the high-quality lifestyle Portsmouth offers. Access a lifestyle that boasts abundant walking communities with tree-lined bike lanes, neighborhoods with diverse architectural styles, and access to all kinds of shopping right here in Portsmouth. Planning a visit? The Renaissance Portsmouth Waterfront Hotel, owned and operated by Charmaine Hotels, will remain open during its multi-million-dollar modernization renovation. The 249-room conference hotel boasts a spacious outdoor terrace that provides scenic and expansive views of the world's largest natural deep water harbor, making it the jewel of the Elizabeth River. Guess what else everybody's talking about? Later this summer, old meets new again as Portsmouth recreates Portside with a new outdoor structure complete with food and beverage vendors and the hottest weekday concert series, Sunset Thursdays, beginning June 7. Keep your sights locked. Everybody's talking about the $100 million in new and redeveloped multifamily housing downtown and how Portsmouth is attracting both millennials and empty nesters. Additional multifamily housing units have also been proposed for the Victory Square area of the city. Come home to Portsmouth, where you can enjoy a relaxing and scenic boat ride along the Elizabeth River, Scotts Creek, or any of the other connected rivers, canals, and sounds. Everybody's talking about our museum scene and how the city's Union Bank and Trust Pavilion attracts national musical acts. Access a workforce that is well-educated, dependable, and trainable, as well as access a varied customer base. Income levels in the city are growing faster than the state and national averages. Everybody's talking about our schools. Portsmouth Public Schools added 4 new career and technical education courses, including cybersecurity, sports medicine, and TV production. And our young people can earn industry certification in any of these fields, which will help them find work. Portsmouth Public Schools expanded its STEM program by launching an augmented virtual reality lab at IC Norcom High School, enabling students to don goggles and use computer software to study earth science and biology. Everybody's talking about Portsmouth's new workforce development program, Hire Portsmouth, a partnership with the public school system, the City of Portsmouth, Opportunity Inc., and major employers. Access to quality health care is critical to a high-quality lifestyle. Last year, the Naval Medical Center Portsmouth celebrated the anniversary of its first building, affectionately called Building 1. Building 1's history dates back to the 1700s. The hospital's main campus is home to more than 5,000 men and women who provide an array of healthcare services for our armed forces, their families, and military retirees. The Norfolk Naval Shipyard is one of the largest in the world, specializing in ship repair, overhauling, and modernization. In 2017, Portsmouth celebrated the 250th anniversary of the Norfolk Naval Shipyard. An important past, a vital future. Bon Secours Maryview Medical Center was named one of the nation's 50 top cardiovascular hospitals by IBM Watson Health. And everybody's talking about Maryview's addition of the state-of-the-art Da Vinci surgical system to its surgical robotics capabilities. Always engaged in the good health of the Portsmouth community, the Maryview Foundation Health Center treated 1,000 patients last year and helped them to receive $10.9 million in medications. Today, Portsmouth's retail districts feature everything from breweries and distilleries to boutiques and specialty shops to fine dining, new fast food chains, grocery stores, and fitness centers. Looking to relocate your business or start a new one? Portsmouth should be top of mind. 2 Virginia Enterprise Zones, small business incentive programs, a proposed technology zone, newly created office space, and strategic development sites in the city. Yeah, People are talking about Portsmouth, from the local media to the governor's mansion, talking about a brighter future in Portsmouth. Discover what all the buzz is about. Take the ferry, drive through newly renovated tunnels, take the MLK connector or I-264, and visit Portsmouth. Spend the day, bring the family, and make some memories. There's always something happening on this, the right side of the river.
Welcome back to the Portsmouth Invitational, the 66th annual in Portsmouth, Virginia, featuring 64 of the top college senior basketball players in the country. It's the first event on the path to the 2018 NBA Draft. Halftime score of the first game, Sales Systems 50, Cherry Bekaert 45. Both these teams, sponsors, have been sponsoring these teams for years. So Cherry Bekaert and Sales Systems, we thank you. I'm with James Blackburn. James, give us the scoring rundown for the first half.
All right, well, we'll start with Cherry Bekaert. Kyle Washington leads all scorers on their team. with 11 points out of Cincinnati, 3 for 5 from the field, also has 6 rebounds. Justin Tillman out of VCU, struggling from the field, 2 for 11, but has 10 rebounds, which leads all players. And then Bibbs out of Virginia Tech with 7. Then we've got Sales Systems. We have Barford out of Arkansas, has been filling it up. He has 4 threes. He leads all scorers. That's Jaylen Barford. 4 for 7 from the field, also has 4 rebounds. Kelan Martin, 7 points, 6 rebounds, which leads his team in boards. And then also Tyler Nelson out of Fairfield. He has not been shy, as we alluded to. 9 shots and 7 points for Nelson.
This has been a pretty good first half, James. We were talking that this is our 7th year. Both you and I have been coming to this event and covering this event. A lot of scoring, a lot of shots. The pace is up and down. At about the 8-minute mark of the first half, both teams got a little bit tired because there's only 8 players per team. And so we saw a little bit of a dry spell, as you alluded to. So I think we're going to see a pretty good second half. Everybody's going to probably settle in a little bit.
I hope so. I hope they slow it down a little bit. Like you talked about, with only 8 players, these guys have 2 more games they have to play. So one of these teams is playing tomorrow, whoever loses.
Absolutely. Kyle Washington from Cincinnati is going to jump center against Jock Landale from St. Mary's. Justin Bibbs from Virginia Tech gets the tap, goes to the rim, scores a layup, cuts the Sales System lead to 50-47.
There's the double high staggered screen, ball screen early on for
Jordan Lachlan. Down to Jock Landale inside, pass out to Isaiah Wilkins from Virginia. As we mentioned, ACC defensive player of the year.
Little flat on that jump shot, but nice look by Landale getting it out from the double team.
Justin Bibbs, from Virginia Tech. 6'4", 6'5" player somewhere in there. Big, strong, goes to the rim. Got fouled going to the rim.
He's been really aggressive here this game.
I think we only had 13 total fouls in the first half.
That might be a high, too.
That might be.
That's
definitely a high point. And that was
good by
Jeffrey Carroll out of Oklahoma State, who's done it.
Marcus Foster.
Marcus Foster.
Yeah, out of Creighton.
Foul was charged.
They got the wrong number 12 there, Wayne.
Absolutely.
One shot.
We have the same, very similar uniform numbers for both teams here. So
Marcus Foster misses a free throw. Sales Systems with a 1-point lead, clinging to a small lead, 50-49.
And I like the defense by Manu Lecomte out of Baylor. He's been fighting over screens, Wayne.
Absolutely.
Showing a good tenacity on that end. And now he's got the ball, and let's see what he draws up here, what he sets up.
Tyler Nelson from Fairfield with a long 3. He's our shooter of the game so far. Maybe not maker of the game, but shooter of the game.
There's a lot of shooters, but very few makers.
Kyle Washington from Cincinnati inside.
Great helps ID by that's Isaiah Wilkins, and that time he affected the shot.
He did, and Marcus Foster could not make the layup.
Washington, Wilkins, that's 2 shots from the same spot, back-to-back possessions. Both of them, though, were not from three-point line.
Absolutely.
They were both on the line, but the wrong line.
Well, as you talked about earlier, we're playing an NBA three-point line, and so these guys are not used to this line being that far back.
They're not, and even though people tell them that, you have to play and get used to it.
Absolutely.
That was kind of an awkward shot there by
Kyle Washington, a left-hander.
And that puts him in the scoring lead. I believe that's 13 for him. So Washington's just, been super active. Got all of his points down low. I did believe he hit 1 3.
Kelan Martin to Isaiah Wilkins.
Nice.
Right-hand floater for 2.
Showing the little feet work there by the big fella out of UVA. And they've had a good history, Wayne, of sending players to this event. We think of Anthony Gill, Darian Atkins, and Akil Mitchell, all bigs, had that 4 spot that came to this event over the years. And Wayne, me and you have had a chance to see several of those guys.
Absolutely. Kyle Washington with a little fadeaway, missed. Rebound, Kelan Martin. Kelan Martin goes all the way to the rim, fouled by Kyle Washington.
No, they did. He blocked the shot. They called out of bounds, Wayne, on Washington. He slipped after telling Martin that there's no soup served here today on this basket.
That was Bill Covington underneath who passed on the call. Jock Landale from Australia, by the way of St. Mary's.
And I don't know if I like Landale shooting that three, Wayne. He's done that a number of times this game, but he only shot 30% this year from three. I'm not quite sure why he's shooting that shot so much.
Lecomte with a miss, got his rebound, missed again.
Nice pass. There you go, big guy.
Jock Landale, nice athletic move underneath.
Gets rewarded for running the field, running the floor. We got the horn set. Washington calling for the ball. Landale done a nice job of denying it.
Marcus Foster.
A little out of control there.
Wilkins with good defense on two players.
Yeah, Wilkins and Landale both tag team that one.
Whew. Then, of course, Tyler Nelson from Fairfield with another three, long three.
That puts him into double figures for this game. So
he averages over 20 points a game for the Stags this year at Fairfield.
Landale that time didn't come quite as far out. Oh,
Marcus Ostrich, nice pass.
Good idea, just couldn't quite handle it. So good defense that time again by Wilkins.
Jordan McLaughlin.
Wilkins needs the hard roll there. Good
Jock Landale, left hand.
Good defense by Washington. He stayed down, forced the tough shot, but Landale showing a little feet work action. Oh,
Lecomte from Baylor to the rim. Lecomte for a long up. It's a two. Bill Covington, Dwayne Gladden calls it a two.
Lecomte said they told Lecomte no soup for you today, and he came back and said I'm gonna have my soup.
And he made the two. Looked like a three from here, but we were a long way away. Dwayne Gladden right on the call. Dwayne Gladden, an ACC referee, works a little bit of Big East and SEC also.
And Wayne, we've always had great officials here at the event. So again, you've got up on your screen Netcast Sports. That's the station we're on here.
Right.
If those people that were listening didn't know what they were watching, but it is Netcast Sports, and it's a sister company of Basketball Elite out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And make sure you follow them on Twitter for all the updates this week.
This is a great event. This is, I guess, probably the mecca of basketball, not just college basketball or pro basketball of anywhere in the world this week. We're going to have over 200 teams represented here from 6 continents, all looking for talent for next year. The NBA, all 30 teams of the NBA are here. We've got the G League affiliates of the NBA teams here, and international from all the FIBA leagues from around the world are in attendance looking for players and talent for next year. So follow us. We will have every game live streaming. Next game, the second quarterfinal game, will be at 9 o'clock Eastern tonight, immediately following this game. Sales Systems lead 60-53, 15:34 to go in the second half.
That time Foster got caught reaching in a little bit.
He did.
Foster, it's his third, team's first.
Sales Systems, Kelan Martin will take the inbound pass to Jordan McLaughlin.
I really like Kelan Martin this game, Wayne. 7 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and a couple of steals.
Isaiah Wilkins from Virginia with a 3-point goal.
That's his first long-range one.
He needs to show a lot because he's got the potential to play in the G League or possibly on an NBA Summer League team. Marcus Foster going to the rim, scores 2.
Showing the nice touch. And, right now they're using Hamilton as a pick-and-roll guy, and they're not necessarily getting to him early on the roll, but they're looking for him on the post-up. He's more of a guy, though, that needs to catch it heading towards the basket on the roll. That's more of his game. There he is running the floor, though. Long
3-point shot by Brandon Goodwin. Tyler Nelson on a breakaway, a run out. I thought he might pull up for a three, James. He shot more threes than anybody in this game.
He has, and he looked up. He said, dang, I got the ball, and there's nobody here. But
Sales Systems now with a 10-point lead, 65-55.
A lot of bigs in the game. We're going to have some substitutions. But right now, no, we're going to keep the guys in for Cherry Bekaert. But Cherry Bekaert right now has Johnny Hamilton, number 25 in dark blue, and number 14, Kyle Washington out of Cincinnati in dark blue. Neither one of them really three-point shooters. Now we see Hamilton exit. And
Justin Tillman from VCU coming in.
And he's another guy. So just a lot of big guys here, which I love. I'm an old school guy, as you know, Wayne, so I love the bigs being rewarded and getting the ball in this event. Nice pass to Washington.
Brandon Goodwin to Kyle Washington for the layup.
That's been a connection we've seen several times here, and Washington's lighting up the scorebook.
Yes, he has.
That's a good job. Tillman staying down, making Johnson shoot a tough shot. Johnson showing a lot of offensive game here.
Justin Johnson had a good year at Western Kentucky, and he's having a good game here tonight. Kyle Washington 17-footer.
He's been the MVP so far this game, Wayne. He's already up to 17 points and 8 boards, so pretty much guaranteed a double-double here.
Absolutely. Long three-point shot by Arkansas's Jaylen Barford missed. Oklahoma State's
three-point field goal for
Jeffrey Carroll scores a long three.
There he is with that Klay Thompson-style shot. He's shooting it better than, like we talked about, better than 32%. Oh.
Justin Bibbs from Virginia Tech for three.
And here we go. We're battling back and forth. This game's going to be in the well into the hundreds.
Jeffrey Carroll, long missed. Jock Landale rebound over Kyle Washington. Foul by Kyle Washington.
I'd like to see Landale get the ball a little bit more right now in the post. Right, you know, his team. Look at his team right now, Wayne. He's really playing with 3 guards and 1, primary 4-man and Johnson. But right now, Landale, who you see at the free throw line out of St. Mary's All-American, he's settling a little bit by floating outside. And I know Johnson's down on the block, but they need to do a little bit of high-low. I'd like to see Johnson maybe go to the mid-post, post up Landale on the block. Let him get some easy points.
Might have to mention that the coach Ken Harris and P.J. Honore Jr.
Because he's one for right now. He's getting his points at the free throw line, but it's 5 for 5 from the free throw line, which is great to see. A big guy like himself. He shot 75% from the free throw line this season.
Cherry Bekaert's Brandon Goodwin from Florida Gulf Coast.
There's
to VCU's Justin Tillman. And scores and fouled.
There's the horns action again, Wayne. And, man, you see in college they throw the ball, the elbow, the horns, and then you see some more action. Tillman just caught it. And he said, well, I'm just going to attack the rim right away.
And that's exactly what he did.
So Tillman, again, we mentioned him in the first half, rebounding. He already had 10 boards in the first half. Struggled a little bit from the field. Right now he's 3 for 12, but gets that one to go.
Tillman with a missed free throw. Jeffrey Carroll from Oklahoma State rebound. Long shot by Justin Johnson from Western Kentucky.
Light blue going. That's Sales System going with the 5 out right now. So Johnson giving up about 4 inches to the 7-footer and Hamilton. And Johnson right now playing some small ball 5, but he's really I could see him translating, really to the European level as a 4 or to the G League level as a 4.
Absolutely. Sales System leads 75-64 now. Steal by Sales System's Jordan McLaughlin.
Oh, tough shot. Good rebound there by Tillman. That's what he does. Get the ball to the big fella. Hamilton, throw it up. Oh, they saw him, though. Tillman.
Fouled by, looks like Kelan Martin.
Yeah, that's a good foul. Make the big guy earn it on the free throw line.
Number 15, Kelan Martin.
But I told you that's what he does. That's why Hamilton is here. He's a little raw, like we said, but he's long and he runs. And bigs that are listening, if you will run the floor and show a high motor, you could get easy points.
Johnny Hamilton with a miss on the first free throw. Cherry Bekaert down 11. Hamilton trying to cut into that lead. 75-64, 12-18 to go in the game. Hamilton's second shot is up Missed that again. Justin Johnson from Western Kentucky with the rebound.
And I'm wondering how long Cherry Bekaert could afford to have Kyle Washington out of the game. He's got 17 points, but they're down 9.
Justin Johnson from about 25 feet, 25 and a half feet, missed.
Little too long for him. I know he just hit a 3, but like we already talked about, that's not quite his game. But right now they're going small. They've got all these guards in the game. They're going 5 out, so he's kind of being stretched out, and he's got a 7-footer guarding him too.
Lecomte from Baylor with a 3 ball for Cherry Bekaert. 75-66 Sales System lead.
Set the ball screen. There he goes.
Jaylen Barford from Arkansas.
Nice take by Barford. Barford in the first half showed the 3 ball. Now he shows the ability to take from the rim and get the foul.
He is a strong kid
Jaylen Barford from Arkansas.
out of Arkansas, and he's going to shooting for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Barford out of Jackson, Tennessee, Southside High School. Played at Motlow State for 2 years and was the first team junior college All-American. Makes the free throw for the old-fashioned 3-point play.
And, Wayne, we have some of our listeners asking how much tickets are to this event, to the Portsmouth. They are $10, just in case people want to know. But, then they can't really listen to us. So
absolutely. Good pass from Baylor's Lecomte into Justin Tillman from VCU. Quick shot at the other end by Kelan Martin from Sales Systems.
Get it to Johnson. He ran rim to rim like you're supposed to do as a big, and he pinned his guy, but couldn't quite get the ball right there.
Lecomte takes it to the rim. He's only 5'10". Missed it.
Johnson with
Jordan McLaughlin with a long 3. Missed that.
That was Tillman with another rebound. His 13th in the game, Wayne.
A runner by Brandon Goodwin hits the front of the rim, gets the friendly bounce, rolls in. 78-70. Sales Systems leads. With the ball, Jaylen Barford. We have timeout.
Timeout, Sales Systems.
Sales Systems calls the timeout. Sales Systems leads, as I said, 78-70 with 10:27 left in the second half. We'll be back. We're back at the Churchland High School Sports Complex for the 66th Annual Portsmouth Invitational Basketball Tournament. 10:27 to go in the second half. Sales Systems leads 78-70 over the Cherry Bekaert-sponsored squad. I'd like to give a shout-out to one of the true PIT important VIP, I guess you would say, not really employees because everybody's volunteers, but Cliff Sales is not here tonight because he's with his wife at the Norfolk Hospital. So we wish your wife just the best, Cliff, and can't wait to see you tomorrow night.
Yeah, Cliff's a great guy.
Cliff's a great guy.
Always takes care of everybody and does a nice job at this whole event. So we're thoughts and prayers with you guys.
Long shot by Fairfield's Tyler Nelson. Almost hits the backboard support, just misses that. Justin Bibbs with a pass to Davidson's Peyton Aldridge for a long.
Was that a 3 or a 2, Wayne?
That was a 2.
Okay, well that's his 3rd field goal. He's been a little shaky. He's had a hard time finding his range, but let's see if that one can get him going right here. Let's see if he gets it back. Oh, tough foul there. I don't know if I like that one.
Brandon Goodwin got bumped a little bit, and he sort of played off the contact and made the layup.
Goodwin's got great body control, Wayne. He's shown that multiple times this game, the ability to take the contact and finish. So I don't know. That's a bad foul by Barford right there. He's either got to go for it hard and block the shot, or foul him so he can't finish, or just let him go.
Dwayne Gladden, who referees in the ACC, made that call. I understand that this is a sort of an all-star type event, but it's just instinctive for these referees to call certain things. So I think that's what happened right there.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was the right call. It was just a poor decision on the defensive part.
Free throw is good. Cuts the lead to 78-75. Sales Systems leads Cherry Bekaert.
Nice ball movement.
Jock Landale. Barford. Barford's not shy either. That's about a 12-footer.
He's showing the ability to Wayne to create his own shot in multiple ways and shoot the basketball. And a guy like him, that's going to translate to a lot of levels, whether it be the G League or whether he goes to Europe high level or, possibly earns his way onto an NBA team.
He can do a lot of things as shown tonight. He can shoot it. He can dribble, drive, penetrate, which he just did right there, and he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah,
it's going to be Cherry Bekaert's ball.
But he had his head up and he was looking. So
correct.
He was looking for the cutter. Nobody was able to cut to the basket. As we see Kyle Washington come in right now for Davidson's Peyton Aldridge. Kyle Washington again with a game-high 17 points. I would expect to see him here for the rest of this game as his team trails. So we will
only by 5. Cherry Bekaert's been down 11.
And 5 points in this
on actually
game
multiple occasions been down 11. Has now chipped it away, and it stands at a 5-point deficit. Manu Lecomte from Baylor
uses the ball screen from Washington, and his
got the ball taken away from him by Tyler Nelson from Fairfield. Barford from Arkansas steps back for a 3.
I want to have what he had for breakfast, Wayne.
Absolutely.
He is feeling it today. So
as they say, he's in fuego.
Oh, wow.
Lecomte wide open 3 from the corner, misses it, a little strong. Landale with a rebound, gets fouled.
Lecomte hasn't been that wide open since middle school, probably. My goodness, there was nobody within the other side of the lane. Me and you, Wayne, might have been able to get that one off.
Absolutely. Brandon Goodwin on the foul. Jock Landale is a big kid, and we mentioned that he was a consensus second-team All-American this year. Not many All-Americans play in the PIT. John Lucas, Rick Berry are a couple that come to mind that were consensus All-Americans that have played in this prestigious event.
Yeah, this event.
Dennis Rodman, John Stockton, some of those guys have played.
And Scottie Pippen.
Pippen did. Arkansas's Barford with a long 3 that didn't go.
Washington with a quick shot. He hit it, though. He is on fire. That's 20 points for Washington.
Kyle Washington.
So he is also feeling it. It's a battle right now between Washington and Barford from Arkansas.
Great pass from Isaiah Wilkins from Virginia to Tyler Nelson from
Showing
Fairfield.
His high IQ. He's a smart player. There's not many players that play for Virginia, though, that are bums with their IQ.
Brandon Goodwin with a floater for 2.
Goodwin has scored the ball. He's been underrated in this game quite a bit.
Jock Landale puts his head down, goes to the rim, gets fouled.
Goodwin's got 11 points now, Wayne. We have multiple players at double figures. And I'm sorry, Barford actually has 20 as well already. So Barford and Washington each with 20. Bibbs with 12. We got Nelson with 17. Wilkins has found his way into the double-digit scoring column with 11.
Garrick Shannon on the call. We've only got 11 fouls, 6 on Sales Systems and 5 on Cherry Bekaert, and there's 7:23 to go in the game, 85-80.
This normally in a college game, Wayne, as you know, this would be, there would be probably at least 10 fouls in the game.
Absolutely, no question about it.
Yeah.
10 fouls per team.
Yeah.
Landale with a make. It's 86-80, extends the Sales Systems lead to 6. Cherry Bekaert with the ball. Marcus Foster to the rim.
Nice
passes off to Johnny Hamilton from Texas Arlington.
And he's got to finish that.
Oh, Landale runs the floor, gets awarded.
he wasn't sure if he was going to hang. He was running a little too fast to quite hang on to the rim, but then he hung on to it a little bit too long. So it's good to see him bounce up there, and he wasn't hurt because sometimes players could strain their wrist, maybe land awkwardly a little bit, but he's shaking it off. But that was way to run the floor, big fella.
He was rewarded for running the floor and awarded a dunk.
And you know what they say, Wayne? If you miss a layup on one end, the other team's could probably get a made layup, and that's what just happened there.
Absolutely. Justin Bibbs from Virginia Tech, long three-point shot, missed.
Little
rebound
quick
by Landale. Sales Systems with an 8-point lead, looking to stretch that lead.
Poor spacing on that possession right there. Barford had nowhere to go when he turned the pick and roll, but
Barford a little bit out of his range, probably about literally a 26-foot shot.
I think that's out of everybody's range.
That is way out there. But he's shown good skills, as you alluded to earlier, that he can dribble, drive, penetrate, or he can step back and hit the NBA range three. So he's showing his skills, and he's got professional traits that will translate it somewhere along the line in professional basketball.
Yeah, Justin Johnson just found his way free there on the baseline out of bounds. Kyle Washington or somebody lost him. Look up. Oh,
Tyler
nice pass.
Nelson. Tyler Nelson passed to Jordan McLaughlin and blocked.
Brandon Goodwin said, "No suit for you today." Tillman right there showing straight body control.
Justin Tillman from VCU with a reverse layup.
And again, you miss a layup on one end, Wayne. What happens?
You get scored on the other end. Sales System is now up by 8, 90-82.
Johnson bumping his way down low.
And there's Tyler Nelson again.
Nice
missed a three, got it right back.
They missed the big fella. Landale was down low, hit him. Right now, Sales Systems kind of having that problem. These substitutions this game have been a little for both teams. You got a lot of bigs on the floor at once and then a lot of guards at once. So right now you've got three bigs with Johnson, Landale, and Wilkins. They're three tallest players, Wayne, actually in the game together at the same time. We've had other times where they've only had one of them in the game. So
absolutely. It gives both teams different looks defensively and offensively. Now, the way the coaching system works here is the sponsors of each team have two coaches on the team, and then the NBA has an assistant coach that's in the G League or in the NBA. And Ben Uzoh, who used to play at Tulsa, University of Tulsa, is an assistant coach on the Sales Systems team. So he is the NBA representative on the coaching staff of Sales Systems.
And the NBA does a great job of bringing in players that are interested in the coaching profession. We've had Antoine Walker here in the past and some really good players.
Yes, we have. Marcus Foster missed a floater.
Oh, look at the big fella, Landale. He's running the floor again.
Isaiah Wilkins goes to the rim but passes out.
Now we're spreading him out. Look at him. There he is. Landale's got the mismatch.
Kyle Washington playing defense.
That's all day, Wayne. I mean, that is all day.
Is Jock Landale.
That's barbecue chicken right there, Wayne.
That is barbecue chicken. Jock Landale, 6'11". Kyle Washington, really about 6'7.5".
That's barbecue chicken from Roger Brown's.
Oh, that's going to be good tonight.
Yeah, it always is. Ball's tipped around. Washington gets it back. Oh! Bullet Bowl wasn't quite so good to him there, but he gets the rebound anyways. And Washington now, let's let these steps update. With 20 points, now 9 rebounds. So if he hits these free throws, he'll be at 22 and 9.
Kyle Washington, like you said, was the player of the game earlier in this game. I'm not exactly sure. I would say right now, if the game ended with 4:49 to go, with Sales Systems up 92-83, it might be Jaylen Barford from Arkansas might be the player of the game.
It would be. He's got 20 and 6. You know, Landale has found his way into the double-double category with 13 and 10 on only 7 shots, I might add.
Sales Systems with a timeout. Again, 4:49 to go in the game. In the second half, we are playing halves here. This is a hybrid set of rules between – I don't think there's any FIBA rules in this. It's NBA professional rules and college rules, so it's a hybrid set of rules. So Sales Systems leads 92-83 with 4:49 to go.
And, Wayne, let me mention this right quick. Jordan McLaughlin out of USC, number 5 for Sales Systems, 13 assists, Wayne, 13 assists. I did not stumble when I said that, with 0 turnovers. So he actually, we mentioned it earlier, he came into this event with 7.8 assists a game, which I believe is more than any other player here. And right now he's got 13. Now he's got 4 points. He's 1 for 9 from the field, so he's struggling a little bit to score. But my goodness, I mean, 13 assists, that's why he's here.
Exactly. As you said, he's 7.8 assists on this year. He's 5.8 assists on his career at Southern Cal. He's from Etowanda, California, and played at Etowanda High School before he got to Andy Enfield's Southern Cal Trojan team.
Yeah, so if Sales Systems can hang on, I'd probably give it to either Barford or Landale, just because Landale's controlling the paint with his 10 rebounds. But Barford right now probably has the edge with his 20
Kyle
points.
Washington with 1 shot.
Kyle Washington from Cincinnati, 6'9", 230 with 1 shot to try to cut the lead. Free throws up and in, 92-84 Sales Systems leads.
And he's got 22 points on 10 shots, so super efficient. And now Cherry Bekaert has a chance here to cut into this one. Let's see if they could take a smart shot and get the basket. I'd feed Kyle Washington right now.
Marcus Foster on the defense that obstructed Jeffrey Carroll from Oklahoma State. Ball went out of bounds, so Cherry Bekaert with the ball.
There's Aldridge. Put it on the floor.
Aldridge wants to score.
He wants to score. Johnson, though.
Tough shot by Aldridge.
But Johnson, Wayne, we already said it, he's a brick wall down low. If you're trying to bang against him, you better have some weight because he's not going anywhere.
Absolutely.
He is not going anywhere. So Johnson right now showing great defense. Ooh, tough shot.
Pass by Jordan McLaughlin goes off of Kellen Martin's hands.
And here, it's a question for you. That's the turnover. You could give that to McLaughlin, which will be his first, or to Martin.
I'm going to give that to McLaughlin, the passer.
Okay, that's his first turnover then with 13 assists. Oh, wow, tough 3.
Long 3 by Marcus Foster misses.
Don't like that shot right there.
They need better shot selection if they want to try to win the game. Peyton Aldridge with a block out of bounds.
Yep.
Jordan McLaughlin going to the rim.
We got to see here some, with a lot of points, but I'd like to see a little bit better ball movement right now with both teams. We've either had good ball movement a couple of times, but a lot of quick shots for both teams.
Absolutely. If Cherry Bekaert's going to get back into the game, they got to have better shot selection.
It's a quick shot that time by Sales Systems Martin, but they get the offensive board.
We are playing a 24-second shot clock. I don't know if we did mention that.
Nice layup there by Martin. I really like Kelan Martin. He's probably a 3 at the next level, but he's more of with 4-man skills right now.
Right.
And probably 3-man size, but he's a big body guy, and he's really versatile in how he can score the ball. That
Kelan
time
Martin,
showing it on the block.
He's got the bigness, the weight of a 4-man, and the skills of a 4-man, but probably have to translate to a 3-man is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Long shot by Jeffrey Carroll from Oklahoma State. Fouled on the 3-point attempt.
That's easily the second or third time we've seen a player get fouled on the perimeter on a jump shot this game. So
Kyle Washington from Cincinnati went out on the perimeter.
Jeffrey Carroll from Oklahoma State
got a chance to extend this lead. They've really, just from the opening tip, Wayne, Sales System they've been on it. They've been in the lead.
They've controlled the pace of the game, the rhythm of the game. Jock Landale has kind of run the show inside. So Sales Systems is up 10 with 3:17 to go, 94-84. Jeffrey Carroll makes his second free throw, missed his first, 95-84.
Here comes Tillman in for Aldridge. So now we've got Tillman and Washington, 2 high-energy, athletic bigs. Neither one of them 5s.
Right.
And both of them a little, undersized. I would say they're right at the 4-man size for Europe. A little bit undersized for the 4-man size in the NBA. Both of them around 6'7", 6'8".
Jeffrey Carroll with another make. Made 2 out of 3 free throws. Extends the lead to 96-84 with 3:15 to go. Cherry Bekaert with the ball. Brandon Goodwin.
Tough pull-up right there from mid-range. 15-footer.
Brandon Goodwin from Florida Gulf Coast.
Clock's still running.
His coach, Joe Dooley, just left Florida Gulf Coast and went to East Carolina for his second stint at East Carolina as the head coach. Jordan McLaughlin from Southern Cal, controlling the action out front.
Oh, nice slip there by Johnson. Martin missed him, but Martin now showing the step back. That one looked like it was going down right off the back of the rim.
Justin Tillman with good defense on Martin.
And Goodwin's not shy about putting him up either. But he hits back-to-back buckets for Brandon Goodwin. That gives him, let's see what the scores got update here.
It's 96-89 sales system, so he cut it to 7 with 2:16 to go.
And Goodwin's got 16 points with 7 assists to go along with 4 boards. So pretty efficient, too, 7 for 12 from the field this game.
Jordan McLaughlin driving a little bit.
There you go. Give it to Landale. Nice pump fake. Got him, Johnny Hamilton up in the air again. That's Hamilton's 4th. Well, no, I think that might be his 5th foul, Wayne.
Foul is charged to Cherry Beckert's number 25. Johnny Hamilton is 5th. Team's 8th.
Yeah, and he's out. I believe.
I think they give you 6 fouls here.
Jock,
okay, so just something to keep an eye on though is Washington and Hamilton each with 5 for Cherry Beckert. So and that's big that Kyle Washington is 5 because he's got a game high 22 points right now.
Jordan McLaughlin controlled the shot clock for about 15 seconds.
And Sales Systems right now only has 1 player, Kelan Martin, with 4, so nobody else is in foul trouble.
98-89 Sales Systems. Cherry Beckert's Marcus Foster with 2. Cuts it to 7, 98-91 with 1:55 to go.
And bad turnover.
Marcus Foster with a miss.
They missed the
out of bounds.
There.
And Marcus out of bounds. And
they could keep it? No.
Yes. Wow, that was something right there. Cherry Beckert does keep it off of Sales Systems.
They've got a chance here to cut it to 2 possessions. See if they can get a good shot.
Brandon Goodwin throws it away, trying to hit Kyle Washington. The steal by Isaiah Wilkins from Virginia.
And with the 24-second shot clock here, again, the NBA rules, they don't have to foul.
No, they don't. Jeffrey Carroll from Oklahoma State with a 3.
That's could probably put it away right there.
It's going to be 101-91, a 10-point game with 1:19 to go. Justin Tillman, dribble drive penetration. Nice pass to Kyle Washington.
They've got to know that he's
reverse
left-handed.
I don't think they know that he's left-handed, but he's done all of his damage left-handed.
Every time. He scored it all
Kelan
with the left
Martin
hand.
To Isaiah Wilkins.
1 minute
back
remaining.
to Jordan McLaughlin. McLaughlin, you said, had 13 assists. He's controlled the game for Sales Systems outside. Nice pass. It's 14 assists for Jordan McLaughlin.
And they
Jock Landale with 2.
They actually did not give him the turnover, Wayne. So he's got 14 assists with 0 turnovers. 1 for 10, though, from the field. So I don't know if I'd give him MVP with those numbers, but he has had 14 assists, which I don't remember many players in the past 7 years since I've been here that's had 14 assists in a game.
I don't remember that either. Jordan McLaughlin from Southern Cal controlling the clock out front. Long 3-point shot.
That's 1
Probably
for
not
11.
Not what they wanted, but they got offensive rebound by Isaiah Wilkins. Shot clock is off, 14 seconds to go, 103-93. It will finish 103-93 with Sales Systems defeating Cherry Beckert. 4 seconds to go. Players are already shaking hands. Cherry Beckert will play at 3:15 tomorrow afternoon in the first consolation game. And Sales Systems will play at 7 p.m. on Friday. They just earned an off day Thursday and will play at 7 o'clock Friday evening here at the Portsmouth Invitational at Churchland High School Sports Complex. Come on out if you're in the area. We have great crowds here. A lot of NBA people are here. Tickets are $10, and if you can't make it to the game, catch us on James. Give them the Twitter and all that other stuff.
Netcastsports.com and at Netcast Sports. But we're going to sign off here and get ready for the next game here in a few minutes.
The Mike Dillon Auto Sales Portsmouth Partnership Game will begin in approximately